If you're over 60, you might be walking right past hundreds of dollars in free travel perks every time you fly, and the airlines aren't going to tell you about them. I'm talking about skipping long security lines without paying for TSA pre-check, getting priority boarding without buying an upgrade, even relaxing in an airport lounge without a first-class ticket. In this video, I'm revealing 7 hidden airport benefits that most seniors never use, and the exact words to say to unlock them. Whether you want to save money, save energy, or just make your trip more enjoyable, these tips will change the way you travel. So grab your boarding pass, because perk number 1 is a total game changer, and it starts before you even reach your gate. Let's kick things off with a perk most travelers completely overlook: wheelchair assistance, even if you're able to walk. This one can save you energy, time, and a lot of stress before you even reach your gate. Most travelers think wheelchair service is only for those who can't walk at all, but that's simply not true. If you're over 60 and find long airport walks exhausting, have heavy carry-ons, or just want to avoid the stress of navigating crowded terminals, you can request free wheelchair assistance from the moment you arrive. Here's how it works. When booking your ticket, there's usually an option to request special assistance. If you've already booked, you can call the airline or add the request online. On travel day, an attendant will meet you at the curb, check-in counter, or gate and guide you through security directly to your boarding area. In many airports, this also means you'll be escorted through shorter security lines and allowed to board before the general crowd, giving you extra time to settle in without the rush. Even if you're able to walk short distances, you can ask for ambulatory assistance, a term staff understand to mean you're mobile but need help with longer stretches or carrying items. This small request can save your energy for the actual trip, reduce stress, and make your journey far more comfortable. Remember, you've earned the right to travel with ease. Don't think of it as taking advantage. Think of it as using the services you've already paid for in your ticket price. Moving on to perk number 2, and this one's a real time saver. If you're 75 or older, there's a little-known TSA rule that can make security a breeze without paying for pre-check. Most travelers dread the security line, the shoes off, belt off, laptop out shuffle that feels like a race against the clock. But here's the good news: if you're 75 or older, TSA has a special accommodation just for you. You can keep your shoes, light jacket, and belt on during screening. That means less bending, less balancing, and less hustle. Even better, in many airports, TSA officers will direct seniors to a shorter or less crowded line when possible. This isn't a secret in the sense of being hidden. It's an official policy, but it's rarely mentioned unless you ask. Here's how to make it work for you. When you approach the checkpoint, politely let the officer know your age and ask if there's a senior-friendly line available. If you have mobility concerns, mention them. It can lead to even smoother processing. This perk doesn't replace TSA pre-check, but it gives you a taste of the convenience without the application fee or background check. For frequent travelers over 75, it's a small change that can make a big difference in comfort and stress levels. Remember, the less energy you spend in security, the more you have for enjoying your trip. Perk number 3 is all about keeping more money in your pocket. Airlines don't advertise it, but some still offer senior fares. You just have to know exactly how to ask. Here's the thing: senior discounts in air travel haven't disappeared, they've just gone quiet. Airlines like American, United, and even some international carriers still have special fares for passengers over a certain age, often 60 or 65. The catch? You won't see them listed on their websites or booking apps. To unlock them, you need to call the airline directly or visit a ticket counter in person. When you do, be specific. I'd like to check if there's a senior fare available for my route. I'm your age. Sometimes the discount is a flat percentage off. Other times it's a lower fare class that isn't shown online. On long-haul or last-minute flights, the savings can be significant. We're talking $50, $100, or more. It's also worth checking with travel agents who specialize in senior travel. They often know which carriers are most generous and when these fares are easiest to find. One more tip: even if there's no official senior fare, asking about unpublished promotional rates can sometimes lead to a better deal. The key is to be polite, patient, and persistent. The person who asks is the person who saves. Next up, perk number 4, getting on the plane early without spending a cent more. This is perfect if you want extra time to settle in and avoid the boarding rush. For many travelers, boarding is the most stressful part of flying. The long lines, the crowded jet bridge, and the scramble to find overhead bin space. But if you're over 60 and want a calmer start to your flight, you can often request priority boarding at no additional cost. Here's the key: you don't need a first-class ticket or a special membership. Simply approach the gate agent before boarding begins and say, "I'd like to request pre-boarding assistance due to mobility needs." You don't have to be in a wheelchair. Mobility needs can mean anything from difficulty standing for long periods to needing extra time to store your bag and get seated. Once approved, you'll be called to board before the general passengers. This gives you the chance to walk down the aisle without the crowd, choose your pace, and get comfortable without feeling rushed. It also means you'll have first pick of overhead bin space, which can be a big win if you're carrying essentials you want close by. Think of it as starting your journey in a calm, controlled way, because travel should be exciting, not exhausting. Irk number 5 is one of my personal favorites, scoring a better seat for free. With the right approach, you can often get more legroom or an aisle seat without paying a premium. Airline seats aren't exactly known for their comfort, and for senior travelers, a cramped seat can make a long flight feel even longer. But here's the secret: you don't always have to pay for extra comfort. If you have a genuine need, like requiring more legroom to stretch stiff joints, needing an aisle seat for easier bathroom access, or avoiding middle seats due to mobility, you can often get moved to a better spot at no extra cost. The best time to ask is at the gate, not during online check-in. Approach the gate agent with a friendly smile and say something like, "I was wondering if there are any available seats with a bit more space. I have some mobility needs, and it would make my flight much more comfortable." If the flight isn't full, agents are often happy to accommodate, especially for seniors. Sometimes you'll be moved to an aisle seat, other times to an exit row or bulkhead seat with extra legroom. Remember, kindness and politeness go a long way. Gate agents deal with hundreds of passengers a day. Being the one who's pleasant and respectful can make all the difference in getting that upgrade. Perk number 6 is a clever one: avoiding baggage fees entirely. From veteran benefits to medical exemptions, these little-known rules can save you a surprising amount. Baggage fees can add up fast, especially if you're traveling with more than one suitcase. But here's the good news: there are a few perfectly legitimate ways seniors can skip those charges. If you're a veteran or retired military, many airlines, including major US carriers, will check 1 or even 2 bags for free. All you need is a valid military ID or proof of service at check-in. Another overlooked loophole is medical equipment. Items like CPAP machines, portable oxygen concentrators, or mobility aids don't count toward your baggage allowance. That means you can bring them in addition to your regular carry-on or checked bag without paying extra. Just be sure they're packed separately and clearly labeled as medical devices. Some credit cards that cater to frequent travelers also include free checked bags as a perk, even on economy tickets. If you're flying with a spouse or companion, the benefit often extends to them as well. The key is to know your rights and mention them politely at the counter. A simple, "I believe this qualifies as a medical necessity item," or "I'm eligible for the veteran baggage waiver," can be all it takes to keep that money in your pocket. And finally, perk number 7, enjoying the peace and comfort of an airport lounge without having a first-class ticket. Yes, it's possible, and I'll show you how to make it happen. Airport lounges aren't just for business travelers in suits or first-class passengers sipping champagne. They're quiet, comfortable spaces with free snacks, drinks, Wi-Fi, and often even showers, and seniors can sometimes get in without paying a dime extra. One way is through delays or medical needs. If your flight is significantly delayed, politely ask the gate agent if there's a lounge you can wait in, especially if you have health concerns or mobility issues. Airlines often have accommodation policies that allow them to grant temporary access in these situations. Another route is through day passes, but here's the trick. Many lounges offer discounted or even complimentary passes to seniors during off-peak hours. It's worth asking at the lounge desk directly. If you have certain credit cards or belong to travel programs like Priority Pass, you may already have access without realizing it. Some cards even extend the benefit to a travel companion. The key is to ask confidently and politely. A simple, "Is there a quiet space I can wait in due to reason?" can open the door, literally, to a much more relaxing travel experience. And there you have it, 7 hidden airport perks that can make traveling after 60 smoother, cheaper, and a whole lot more enjoyable. Remember, these benefits are out there for you, but only if you ask for them. So next time you fly, try one or two of these tips and see how much easier your journey feels. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more smart travel tips designed especially for seniors. Share this with a friend or family member who loves to travel. You might just make their next trip the best one yet. I'm wishing you safe travels, smooth flights, and plenty of adventures ahead. Until next time, happy flying!